What if we measured our wealth not by what's in our bank account, but by the balance sheet of our heart? That's exactly the idea we're diving into, taken from the incredible philosophy in the book, The Heart's Budget. So let's get into it. So, right off the bat, the book lays out this choice we're all making pretty much every single day. Over on one side, you've got the wallet's budget. It's all about paying the bills, dealing with loans, keeping up your status. But then, on the other side, you have the heart's budget, and its priorities totally different. Love, conscience, trust. It's this constant tug of war between what the world is demanding from us and what our spirit actually needs to survive. All right, so let's dig into this first big idea, this concept of a completely different kind of accounting. Yeah, it's not about dollars and cents. This is a personal ledger of what genuinely matters. And the author, she gets really personal about this. As a mother facing some serious financial heat, she made a conscious choice over and over again. Before the bills got paid, her kids had full bellies. Before a loan payment was made, maybe there was a little toy or a box of juice. She chose to measure her own success not by the money or lack of it in her wallet, but by that unwavering trust she could see in her children's eyes. Now, the philosophy behind a choice like that, it's this deep-seated belief that the universe, or God, however you see it, looks to the heart first. The idea is that if your inner compass is pointing true, towards integrity, towards love, then your material needs, they'll eventually be taken care of. But if the heart's balance is all out of whack, no amount of money in the world is ever going to fix that deficit. That's a really powerful personal philosophy, isn't it? But man, it runs completely against the grain of the modern world. So let's talk about how this clashes with what the book calls the modern scarcity mindset. So what even is this modern scarcity? Well, the book argues it has absolutely nothing to do with a lack of things. I mean, our closets are full, our garages are packed. The real scarcity is the lack of a feeling called yeternalik, which is this deep internal sense of adequacy, of just being enough. And our culture is basically engineered to pour gasoline on that feeling of inadequacy. The whole system is constantly whispering, or, let's be real, shouting that you have to be more wealthy. You've got to be more beautiful, younger, thinner, and always, always, always more productive. The message is just relentless. Who you are, right here, right now, is not quite enough. And this right here illustrates the psychological trap we all fall into. We feel this internal void of not enoughness, and so we try to fill it with external stuff. Shopping, status symbols, getting likes online. But it's exactly like trying to throw stones into a bottomless well. You might hear a satisfying little splash for a second, but the well never, ever actually gets full. So if trying to fill that bottomless well is the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, the book offers an antidote through this beautiful and profoundly simple story about what true richness looks like. You could call it the philosophy of the potato. The author's young son, Muhammad, had this really simple daily routine. Every single morning, without fail, he would ask for just two things: potatoes and tea. Now, you might think, for a mother under immense financial stress, this would feel like just another burden, but for her, it was the exact opposite. His simple, trusting request was proof that she was needed, that she could provide, that she was surviving. It became her daily prayer, a ritual that confirmed her very reason for being. And here, this is the emotional core of the lesson. The author realized that a mother who could fry up some potatoes and put them on the table possessed a kind of richness that money could never, ever buy. Because true wealth isn't a number in a bank account, it's the security you see in a child's eyes. If there are potatoes on the table, there can be no poverty in the heart. This lesson of the potatoes, it gives you a new compass. But pointing that compass in the right direction and actually following it, well, those are two very different things. And that journey of real change, it often begins in a really difficult place, what the book calls the breaking point. This kırılma anı, it isn't just a bad day or a crisis. It's a moment of piercing self-awareness. It's when you finally look at the mask you've been wearing, the strong one, the successful one, the one who has it all together, and you admit to yourself, this isn't me, and I literally cannot carry this anymore. It is a conscious, willed collapse. So this journey of transformation unfolds in 3 stages. First, you have to confront the truth you've been avoiding. Then you actively let go of all the roles and expectations you've been clinging to. And finally, you arrive at this state of surrender.
And look, this process isn't easy. It's a trial by fire. The poet Rumi captured it perfectly. I was raw, I burned, I was cooked. That burning isn't a punishment. It's the alchemical process that transforms you from who you thought you were into who you truly are.
Okay, this is a crucial point. That word surrender, or teslimiyet, it's the polar opposite of passive defeat. It is not weakness. It is not giving up. It's actually the ultimate form of strength. It's that profound peace that comes from being able to say, I have done everything within my power. The outcome is now in the hands of the universe. It is an active and very courageous trust. After going through this fire of transformation, you don't just go back to your old life. You gain something profound, a totally new way of perceiving the world, a new kind of sight. The book makes a really critical distinction here. Your eyes, they see the facts, the data, the surface of things. But true understanding, real wisdom, that comes from the heart, the gonal. It's the difference between, say, intellectually knowing something and feeling its truth deep in your bones. This intuitive wisdom is described as a kind of direct line of communication. It just bypasses all the noise of logic and social labels and complex systems. It's that quiet, inner voice, your intuition, that speaks a truth your rational mind might not be ready to hear just yet. And that brings us to the ultimate takeaway from the Heart's Budget. This whole thing isn't about rejecting money. It's about a radical redefinition of wealth itself. True wealth is not a state of having. It is a state of being. It is the internal richness that you cultivate for yourself, the peace, the forgiveness, the contentment that no external circumstance can ever take away from you. You know, the book includes a section called The Heart's Diary to help put all these ideas into practice. So in that spirit, after this entire journey we've been on, from accounting to surrender, we'll just leave you with one simple question to reflect on. What does your heart want to let go of today?